I'm back again. So today's topic is a little controversial. Maybe it was controversial. I don't think it is anymore. But it's definitely going to call for a beer. Well, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but all the stuff in the Congress about these UAPs and UFOs. Well, you didn't know this, but I have been researching this topic for like 2 decades. 46, since, you know what? It's about 26 years. Because I can remember kind of being interested when I was 20, a little bit. But, you know, back then they didn't have YouTube and everything. But anyway, I would say obsessed in a healthy way of space and, you know, the possibility of other life forms and kind of the ocean, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of obsessed with it in a healthy way, like not like I'm out of control, but like I think about it often. But the UFO, UAP, whatever you call it, it's a big topic in my family. There's a lot of us, including my mom and my brother-in-law and my nieces, and they're very interested. My stepdad, my grandma, many people in the family are really into this. Me and my mom are really into it. And me and my brother-in-law are equally as obsessed about this topic. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wow, this guy's fucking crazy. That was the old way of thinking. That was intentional. They want you to think that. They want you to think people are nuts and ridicule them. It was all designed to stop the chatter, quiet everything down by making up rumors of him being crazy, he's lost his mind. And it's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy at all. If you pay attention, I'm shocked that people haven't seen this. It's been on the mainstream media a few times, quite a bit actually, but not like major segments, like a little like couple of minutes here, a few minutes there, because they're afraid to touch it. But it has been in the news lately, on pretty much everywhere around the world, but still not to the like excitement like of this political crap, right? If you research on YouTube like UFO Congress hearings, whistleblowers, all the stuff that's happened in the last, like, I would say since like 2017, some stuff slipped out, but since like 2020 till now, constant whistleblowers are coming forward of high levels, the highest clearances in the government. Now there's even current government officials coming forward that are still in the government saying that they're saying unbelievable things like, yeah, they're interdimensional and we know this and we kind of know that, but I'm not allowed to tell you. They always say that, which is annoying, but the truth is scary. From what I've researched, and if you don't believe me, I will show you. Sorry, making a lot of noise. Like, this is the kind of stuff I collect. All of these are UFO and aliens. Big box sets. I have watched all of these. Like, okay, this is only a small portion of. I have another box set I lent to my mom during the pandemic that I need to get back, by the way. I have another, I don't know, 50, maybe even more videos, DVDs. I've got books, everything. I've read them all. If you research this topic, you're going to get to a point where I've gotten. If you research it even for a couple of years or even a year, and you just really start reading a whole bunch of books, I mean, a lot of it is still misinformation. A lot of it is not accurate. But if you just get a percentage of it that is real, you'll start putting together patterns from different people of different times, from different ends of the earth. Some that are in their 90s to school children, Zimbabwe. They have these super eerily similar stories that cannot be faked. I was in the same boat as a lot of people. I'm like, I don't know about all this, man. It sounds like a bunch of, they were starting to get to me, like making me think that, oh, this isn't real. I'm telling you, this stuff is real. We're not alone. I know that. Do I really want that to be the case? Kind of not really. I'll tell you why. So it's not like I want it to be true, but I think this comes with some baggage, like in scary baggage. Like there's a reason why the government is not telling us. They have admitted that these things are real, that these things that are flying around, they haven't really told us what they are, but there's other objects that they can't identify. They've admitted that, and it's a mystery, and it's been a mystery since like the 30s. They've admitted all that. What they haven't admitted is who's driving them. And if you've seen this one James Fox made in Varginha in Brazil, that one was, they had a press conference a couple of days ago. It was like on the 20th of January, or the 19th or 20th, they had a press conference. All the media was there. All the neurosurgeons in Brazil, first time they came forward, because the guy almost died of a heart attack, so he came forward. He was crying. He was face to face with this being. Betty and Barney Hill, the Roswell, all that stuff's true. I mean, there's a lot of stories that probably aren't true, but I've been following those for decades. Once you get to this level of research, you start going, holy fuck, this shit's real. And it's honestly, it's a bit of a scary feeling. It's not like, oh my, like they're way further advanced than we are. So you always start thinking like, are they going to take over? Well, if they wanted to take over, they would have taken over already. They are observing us. So just that fact alone, that they're observing us, there's another species observing us, and they are always kind of in our realm of, we can see them, but we can't make them out what they are. And the footage is always blurry. Well, it's because they are in a distortion. Their technology is in a gravity distortion. That's how they've told us this much. What was the last one that came out? The day after, or was it one with Dan Farah, Age of Disclosure? It just came out at the end of November. Watch that. Age of Disclosure on Prime. You watch that and it's not. There's like 34 government officials that come forward in that film that are sitting in this government currently, and people that have retired, but mostly they're still there. It's shocking to hear. I get excited about it because it's exciting knowing that there's another species out there, and apparently there's many species that they have said. I don't know what part of that is true, how many, but there's more than one, plural. They could have created us. They could have created us who knows how long ago, and they're observing us, and they seem to be hovering around nuclear bases a lot. Many instances. Rendlesham Forest, look that one up. They were monitoring our nuclear capabilities and nuclear weapon sites continuously. They've even shut down our nuclear weapons before and turned them on. And they've done it in Russia too. This is not a joke. It's not a joke, man. And it's like one day we're going to get this announcement, and there's a lot of people that aren't going to be prepared for it. Like, I talked to my brother, but he's like, what? I'm like, you haven't seen any of this stuff on YouTube or on the news? He goes, no, what are you talking about? I'm like, what? Get with the program, man. I don't know if everybody's texting too much or looking down too much, but I don't know. It's odd. It's because they've ridiculed the subject so much, people just have little interest. And there's a thing that they're doing. They're letting a little bit out of a time because it's shocking and it can disrupt the entire world. Like, it sounds nuts. I know it sounds crazy that they're coming in your house and taking you out of your room. Yeah. Do you know how long that's been reported for? 100 years in recorded history of things coming and taking people and then returning them. Returning them unharmed, not really. They're psychologically screwed up, but they're taking genetic material from us, from cows, cow mutilations, and they are probably making a hybrid race of some sort. It's been happening like as long as I've been alive. The stories of people getting taken in the middle of the night. Whitley Strieber, The Communion, watch that movie. These people, if you look at them, man, a lot of these people in their 80s and their 90s are telling these stories. They've never made a dime from it. They've been made fun of and laughed at their whole life. They come forward for what reason? A lot of them break down on camera. Like, can't make that stuff up, man. And everyone just says, oh, it's all fake. It's all fake. Yeah, it's all fake. It's not fake. You're fake. But mark my words, this video I'm making right now, one day somebody will watch this and say, hey, that new guy with 5 subscribers is right. We're not alone, man. And it's fascinating and also very scary, like I was saying. What am I going to do with this information? I'll make a video about it, try to help educate people. I know a lot about it. I could go on here for days. I would take up all the memory on every device I have, telling stories about this. I've memorized a lot of the things, right? But they're monitoring us, and we're probably, like some people have said, they're like babies playing with matches when it comes to nuclear weapons. They're just kind of monitoring, like making sure that we don't blow up the earth and ourselves, right? Anyways, this discussion starts to hurt your brain. But if people are out there and they have no idea what I'm talking about right now, and they just think I'm something, well, you'll find out. And the thing is, I don't even want you to go look. You're going to find out though one day. And it's starting to get inch by inch. This is getting out there. Yeah. So what do I think is going to happen? Do I think there's going to be a big announcement anytime soon? I don't know about an announcement. July 8th might be an interesting day. 2026. But I don't know that for a fact. I would be careful with that date. But it could be an interesting date. 2027 could be an interesting year. But they could just put it away again, because it's just, there's a lot of people that know that something is happening, but they don't know the extent of it. And they might just put it away a little bit. It really depends on the stability of the world. If it's already, there's too many wars and stuff, I think that they will back off, because it's just they can't handle it. The people can't handle it. Oh, by the way, like the evening news, like, oh yeah, Iran did this and Russia did. By the way, there's an alien life, and they've been visiting us and taking us out of our bedrooms for like the last 100 years that we know of. And they're here and they're monitoring us. Have a good night. See you tomorrow, right? What, are you just going to go shopping after that, finding that out? people are going to be stunned, especially if the president says it. And then probably people will be like, oh, it's fake. This is the problem. If you use your mind, you really think logically, like a lot of people do not do, and think about where we are in the universe, a speck, and you think we're the only ones, you're stupid. You're not thinking logically. Billions and trillions of stars and planets and that we can see. It's not like there's a wall at the end up there and you just keep going for like 500,000 years and you hit a wall. We have no idea because we can't see that far. We're limited. So we have no idea. But we do know there's something up there, and people have been seeing these crafts for hundreds of years. There's stuff written in cave art that's hundreds of thousands of years old. It's in the Vatican. It's in the Bible. Oh yeah, they're trying to tell us something, and we're too stupid to figure it out. Oh yeah, it's just this, it's that. Somebody went in there in the middle of the night and put that art on that wall. Like, yeah. But anyway, if you do have interest with this subject, I would take interest in it. Not because I'm telling you to, because I'm telling you, maybe I am wrong. I don't think I'm wrong though. I actually would. The chances, maybe I'm wrong about the intent and everything else, but I am not wrong about that. There's something here that's not human. I'm not wrong about that. I'm 100% correct about that. What they're doing, what their intent is, and all the stories I've read, some of them could be false, yes. But the fact is that there's something up there that's been flying around and witnessed and videotaped and stories told for a better part of 100 years from every edge of the earth, from an 8-year-old to a 90-year-old or a 100-year-old and all in between, that have no relation to each other, different decades, different years, and there's stories that are very similar. Do you call that evidence? You call that evidence, right? If 100 people witness a murder, you can convict somebody on that. If thousands of people witness a sighting, videotape, testimony, cops, judges, lawyers, doctors, normal civilians, military, come forward and say this, what do you think will happen to the person? They will go to jail. That's what evidence is. And for some reason, this subject, people are like, oh, there's only 3,000 people that witnessed it. There's one instance that happened in Zimbabwe. I think it was like 90 children or something. Or I think 60. It's a lot. I don't know the exact. I think it's 60 children saw this craft, including some of the teachers. Like little kids making up all this stuff and they're all drawing what they saw and they're all the same. Like, give me a break. Oh, they just made it up in 1994. They made it all up. They were bored. Yeah. Yeah, I could go on about this forever. But it's interesting and it's a bit scary. It is. When there's another species if they can travel in space and come here, because we can't see any planets that are close enough. Well, that's what they're telling us anyway. I have no idea. They could live on the back of the fucking moon. But I have a very good indication that they're living in our oceans and there's bases in our oceans, because a lot of them are coming out of the ocean. Even people in the government are saying that. But is that fact? I don't know. But we can't go down there to find out because we can't go down that deep. We can barely get to the Titanic without people dying. And there's places that are much deeper in the Mariana Trench. It'd be the perfect place, right? Well, how do they get down there? How do they travel it? Like, if you start thinking about that, you're like, shit, man. What happens when there's another race that's way more advanced to another race? We think that they're going to take over. I think they might have evolved past war and killing, because they do take you out of your room, your bed, let's be honest, out of your car. People have been taken out of their car while they're driving. They have a missing time. They have no idea what's happened. That's happened thousands of times. People are just driving down a road one day and all of a sudden they're like, whoa, what happened to 3 hours? How did we get here? Yeah. And then they start having memories and dreams, and then they get hypnotized and, regression, and they find out what happened. So we've kind of evolved. Now they can't really hide it. But anyway, getting off topic. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. What do you guys think about this one? Yeah, you're probably like, I don't know if we're gonna watch this guy anymore, man. He's crazy. I'm not crazy. We're gonna find out eventually. See you later.